the citizen's right to a grand jury still exists. For centuries, common law recognized the principle that people have the power to investigate wrongdoing, expose corruption, accuse offenders under law. This video explores the authority of citizens to convene a grand jury, a living common law right that cannot be repealed. It traces its foundation from the Magna Carta, through common law and British tradition, into the constitutional structure of Canada. The constitutional starting point is the Magna Carta. It established the principle that government is subject to law, and that the people have the authority to enforce it. This principle places the ultimate guardianship of justice in the hands of the people. The grand jury originated as a citizen body, not a government decree. It evolved from ancient community inquests, where free citizens investigated wrongdoing. These citizen bodies could investigate wrongdoing by both ordinary individuals and government officials, serving as an oversight institution against abuses of power. The grand jury historically possessed real legal authority, which included investigative and accusatory powers. Citizens could receive complaints, investigate crimes and misconduct, hear evidence, deliberate privately, and issue presentments and indictments. This allowed citizens to move matters into the criminal justice process, even when authorities had not acted. The grand jury did not depend on the sheriff for its authority. In its earliest form, it was citizen-led. The sheriff's later role was administrative, assisting with logistics and summoning jurors, but was never the source of authority. Common law institutions, unlike statutes, arise from constitutional tradition and cannot be easily erased through administrative changes or legislative silence. Because of this, the grand jury remains part of the constitutional tradition inherited by Canada. Canada inherited British constitutional institutions through the Constitution Act, 1867. The preamble implies fundamental constitutional principles, including the rule of law, jury institutions, and citizen oversight of government power. The grand jury forms part of that inherited constitutional structure. Common law differs fundamentally from statute law. Common law institutions arise from constitutional tradition and remain part of the legal order unless replaced by a new constitutional structure. Therefore, the grand jury remains part of Canada's constitutional tradition. In the 20th century, procedural changes in criminal law gradually replaced grand juries in routine prosecutions. However, these changes did not eliminate the underlying institution. The grand jury existed long before those statutes, and its authority does not depend on them. For centuries, the grand jury served as the people's court and the community's safeguard against corruption. It allowed citizens to investigate abuses of power, expose wrongdoing, and lay accusations. It functioned as a mechanism for the people to hold the state accountable. The grand jury exists because the people exist. Its authority flows from Magna Carta, common law, and the constitutional tradition inherited by Canada. In a constitutional society, the ultimate guardians of justice are the people themselves. This constitutional chain of authority, from the Magna Carta to the Canadian constitutional structure, means the grand jury cannot be repealed by omission. It cannot disappear simply because statutes stop mentioning it, nor can administrative changes abolish it. Modern evidence from the NSICOP report on foreign interference highlights the necessity of citizen oversight mechanisms. Concerns include foreign influence attempts, covert relationships between foreign actors and political figures, and unaddressed intelligence warnings. The NSICOP report points to limitations in modern oversight, where accountability mechanisms operate within the same institutions they review. These bodies lack independent citizen authority to initiate criminal accusations, highlighting the need for true citizen oversight. Historically, grand juries investigated serious public misconduct like corruption, abuse of public office, and government misconduct. They could hear testimony, review citizen-presented evidence, issue presentments, and initiate criminal prosecution through indictments. Grand juries remain relevant for allegations involving election integrity, foreign influence, and national sovereignty, as these raise serious constitutional questions. They allow citizens to review evidence and determine whether criminal accusations against officials should proceed. The grand jury serves as a constitutional safeguard against corruption and abuse of power. It provides a lawful mechanism for citizens to investigate serious public wrongs, especially when confidence in existing institutions is strained. Accountable mechanisms are essential for preserving constitutional government. A final principle remains constant from the Magna Carta: justice ultimately belongs to the people. The grand jury is one of the oldest expressions of this principle, affirming that the rule of law survives when citizens safeguard constitutional government and hold power accountable.